As long as the mic stand doesn't fall over during recording. Or maybe we do want that. I don't know.
Oh, man. That's fucking hilarious. All right. Well, I guess that's our segue into lawn chair sports officially being back. It's back, man. It has been a little bit of a hiatus. A lot of stuff's been happening. You know, the world hits. It hits hard, but we've also had some great ups in between. So we went on our summer vacation, which in Florida is right now because it's already hotter than anywhere up north during the summer. And we went with the boys to Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
So thoughts were, right, group chat was getting hot, heating up about 3-4 months ago, trying to think of a place to go. And the boys were shouting out some Nashvilles. There were some New York Cities. There was some nature stuff in Denver. Sure. And then the name that just kept floating around there was Austin, Texas. And I think the reason being, you know, you got the Joe Rogan experience over there. So, you know, we've all kind of heard about it. None of us have been there yet. So we want to kind of get a feel for what it was like. So you got the comedy scene. Seems like a great drinking town. You got, you know, University of Texas, a lot of young people. So we decided on Austin. Now, not all of the guys wanted to go to Austin. Some sat out the trip, but that's okay, right? Not every guy's trip is for every guy.
Yep.
And just because you're in a friend group and they all go to one spot at the same time doesn't mean you need to, Kevin. And let's just get into it. So now we're flying into Austin. We're hearing all about these TSA agents not getting paid. Apparently, the government just decided that they're just going to stop paying TSA agents. I am shocked at the human experience that is going on, that these people have clearly proven that you can just pay people nothing and they will just continue to show to work. I would have shown up to work 0 times if I wasn't paid because I don't do it for free. That's not what I like to do. Anyway, we get to Austin. Andy, I'm going to let you kind of brief us down on what happened when we got to Austin.
I mean, Austin, it was a wild time. There were high highs. There were low lows. I mean, right off the bat, we got off the plane. We're fired up to be there. We're fired up. I mean, Trent says, everybody beeline it for the Hertz counter. We're getting our rental car.
Boom.
Hertz, I mean, they crumbled on the biggest stage.
Crumbled.
I swear to God. I don't know. Their internal system shut down. Nobody went home happy. No rental cars to be had that day. Was user error part of it? No, I don't think so. It was a shit show. So, you know, we're Ubering. I mean, we're going straight to the boot store. We got Tecovas.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a high-end boot shopping experience. I was kind of shocked at the amount of people. I mean, we were on vacation. We had our luggage with us. We took the day off.
It's 10 a.m., by the way.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Austin time.
The amount of people on 10 a.m. on a Friday, which at least used to be a work day, who were just shopping for high-end boots in this store, not a care in the world, nowhere to be. It's like, are you working today? They're like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to get the new boots. I was like, wow, all right, this is Texas, I guess. I'd never been. It was crazy. I mean, you know, successful stop at the boot store. They got us some whiskey and beer, so that kept even the non-buying spectators happy. Then we said, you know what? Let's kill some time, okay? Let's hit a bar. Let's hit a nice little laid-back bar.
Probably about 11:30 at this point.
Yeah, they got some tables outside. They got Pop-A-Shot, where we like that. Got some TVs on. We're like, all right, this is a laid-back spot. Got some shade. We go up to the front. You're like, hey, man, can I please get a bucket of Surfsides? I didn't hear this part. I guess he's like, I don't normally do buckets, okay? And there's not a discount for it. So it's like Trent ordering 5 Surfsides at once. He had this bartender infuriated.
By the way, let me set the stage a little bit more, too. There was a group of 5 girls in this entire place, and then we walked in.
Yeah.
And this is a giant, giant place. So the fact that this guy is giving me anything but just the best customer service is actually just beyond me. But this starts a little bit of a theme out in Austin, Texas, of just the most, I wouldn't even say bad service, more like strange service.
Yeah, I mean, it's a city where customer service-wise, people cannot do shit for you. It's like any request, it's like, what? No. The simplest shit. I mean, you know, we got there around 10 a.m. Our Airbnb check-in is set for 4 p.m. We had asked the day before, hey, can we check in early? He said, no, sorry, we got to clean it. We figured, you know what, let's try again now that we're there the day of. I mean, you're on the phone with the Airbnb people. They're telling, I mean, they could not wrap their head around what you're saying.
Well, here's the thing. I absolutely put her in a chokehold on the phone. She had no idea who she was on the phone with when I called her.
Right.
So I call this lady. Clearly, it sounds like some sort of management company that's running this Airbnb. So obviously the downfall of Airbnbs is no one actually owns them except for these corporations now, or people own like 10 of them and they don't give a shit about any of them. Anyway, so I'm on the phone with this lady. We're like, fuck, it is 10 o'clock. We don't check until 4. We want to get drunk right this second. We have to hold our bags now from 10 to 4. This is a big, big, big inconvenience. And so I call her. And I said, hey, man, this is Trenton. Andy's the one who booked it, but I'm on the trip as well. And just curious if we could check in early. Oh, no, you can't check it. You can't check in early. You can't check in early. Well, I was like, well, is there any way you can check? Even if it's just an hour or two, we really appreciate it. Oh, okay, let me check. Oh, and unfortunately, there's people, and they already asked for a late checkout. And so they're checking out late, so you can't check in early. And I said, oh, no problem. But now I'm already fucking 3 steps ahead of this lady that she admitted that these people were checking out late. So naturally, I fucking body her in a corner right off the bat. I said, oh, you know what? No problem. I can totally understand someone checking out late. That's a very nice gesture. In fact, while I have you on the phone, is there any way I can request to check out late as well? Let me check. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. She checks. She gets back on the phone. She goes, unfortunately, you can't check out late because someone's checking in the same day, and we don't let late checkouts happen on the same day. And I said, yeah, I get where that rule is coming from logically. It's just, unfortunately, you just told me 10 seconds ago that I'm not able to check in early because they're checking out late, and that's the same day. I put you in a fucking corner. I put you in a chokehold. What are you going to do? Now, the guys in the group weren't here on the other side of the line, so they did think I was being very rude right off of the bat of getting off the plane. But it was warranted. This lady was an absolute moron. She said one thing, then said the other. Both of them didn't work in my favor somehow. So I was pissed right off the jump because let me just also tell you, it was about $2,000 for 3 nights at this place for 5 people.
Two nights. For 2 nights.
Oh, for 2 nights. For 2 nights. $2,000. So it was $1,000 a night. So this person, we're basically paying rent for 2 nights of, it should be a month's worth of rent. I expect just, a tad bit of customer service, a little bit of flexibility. But anyway, that was the phone call that kind of gestured off this entire Austin trip. Then obviously, I fucked up the Hertz counter. Turns out I booked the Hertz for April 10th. We went in March. It wasn't even April. So I don't know how I got the months wrong, but what are you going to do about it? So the boys are drinking. We're catching up. We're in the back playing a little pop a shot out there, basketball. We're already sweating because it's an Austin hot day. And where did we go after that?
We went to supposedly world famous Terry Black's barbecue.
Oh my God.
We had heard phenomenal things about this place. They say, there are a couple legendary barbecue joints in Austin. If you go anywhere, you need to go to Terry Black's. If anyone tells you that information is completely out of date. Terry Black's was the biggest fucking ripoff of my life. Another kind of theme in Austin, I swear. I mean, we decide we got to have a bite of this legendary barbecue. We make our way down there. We pack into an Uber with our luggage. He drops us off. It's one of these completely chaotic restaurants. It's just like military style, like boom, crazy line, go. Here's your tray. There was nothing relaxing about it. Also, apparently Austin, Texas is like just as hot as it is in Tampa, Florida. And they don't really like having cover or shade on a lot of places. So we're out in the beating fucking sun. Prices are not posted very well. It's like you get up with a tray. They're like, what size do you want? It's like, potato salad, mac and cheese. Like, here's your tray. Fucking go. I mean, it is just utter chaos.
Dude, whatever the cows went through to get on that meat tray, we went through something worse to get that meat. I mean, it was absolutely fucking bullshit. There was no fucking seating for everyone. There was so many fucking people in line. There's no fans. I don't even think they had AC inside. And to be perfectly honest with you, fuck Terry Black's for their pricing too. They don't even have it up. None of it's legible. It's a fucking shit show. And all I hear about is, oh, Terry Black's is the best. Oh, you need to go to this Interstellar barbecue. First off, can we all just agree that barbecue is definitely visually one of the best looking foods out there. You see a brisket come out properly seasoned and they're slicing it and it's kind of melting away. It makes you want to fly to a city and try this food. I can just shore up that mistake for you. Don't fucking go to Austin for the barbecue. Number one, it's the worst food you could potentially ever eat before you try to get hammered. It makes you want to go take a nap. It makes you want to kill yourself, and it makes you just sweat. So it's honestly the worst. But anyway, we get in line. Yeah, we're just being like rammed up the butt. They're like, yeah, pickles, no, coleslaw, no. I'm like, does it come with the meal? I don't. Where are the meats? You should never do sides first. Side should always be second because I don't know what my main is, so how am I going to know what my side is? Anyway, we got our sides first. I got sides that I didn't even order. It's on a tray. Already half of my tray is taken up. Then they immediately scoot you over to this meat station. Now, the meat station, it's not like all the meats are behind and you get to like pick what meat. There is just a cutting board and there's like 13 pieces of meat on it. I don't know what's what because there's no labels. There's also zero communication happening between me and the person. In fact, the communication is, what do you want? 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 And you're like, the brisket. They're like, how much? They're like, how much brisket? I'm like, I don't know amounts.
Yeah, everything was by like the quarter, a third, a half, or full pound. It's like, I don't know what a pound of meat is.
I don't know.
To me, it sounds like a lot, but I swear to God, I got a pound of meat and it was just actually a regular amount of food. It was like, I thought that'd be a fuckload.
Yeah, and then it's weird because they were asking you guys the pounds. Then they asked me, like, how many slices do you want? And it's like, under a pressure situation, I kind of wanted just one slice of everything, but also I didn't want to not have enough if I really liked it. And I never tasted it. So I was like, 3. And then they're like this. I'm like, 3. Also, and then I was like, oh my God, it's one of those beef ribs. Those look unbelievable. I was like, give me one of those. And then they're like, what are they? I'm like, cheddar jalapeno. It was a fucking mess. I didn't even know how to pay. It was a very, very, very stressful environment. I was like trying to balance my beer in the middle of my tray because I didn't have hands.
Right, and you need a rolly bag with you.
Oh, we had our luggage during this. This was fucking brutal, man. This was as bad as it gets.
Do you remember what your total came out to?
Yeah, my total for a beef rib, brisket. I got the turkey, which was a fucking mistake. I knew that. I got the cheddar jalapeno sausage. I didn't even get pulled pork. And then I got that big beef rib. I pulled up there. I'm thinking $89, $90 because I got the beef rib. I know the beef rib had to be a lot of money. $172 for one tray of food. That was not even including the beer I bought for $15 in line. So you're looking at $190 without tip just for this food. I'm like taking my tray. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm rolling my bag out. I am scooting through all of these
shit better be basically made of gold.
Really fat people to try to find a seat for everyone because I was out first. Find a fucking table. Of course, the only table's in the beating sun. We're sitting there. The boys are just drenched in sweat. Just drenched. I mean, however much sweat you think someone who like has been drinking since 7 a.m. could produce, we were producing. And I got to say, it was some of the worst. It was good barbecue, but it was the worst anticipation. I had such high expectations for it, and then like where it ranked was the biggest delta I've ever had at a restaurant in my life.
Yeah, it's just a classic place that probably years ago was absolutely legendary, pumping out high-quality food. People loved it, and then just realized they can coast off that reputation for about 20 years and pretty much just rob tourists when they come to town. Because I got there, I was prepared. I'm like, we're in Texas. We're going to a legendary barbecue joint. I was ready to be a fat fuck. I'm like, let me order what I thought sounded like a shitload of food. I get to the front, $60. To me, that's a fuckload for me. I'm like, this better be the ultimate feast. It was just a standard amount of food. Like if I went to a fast casual place and they charged me any more than $22 for that, I would be like, dude, what? Kind of a theme throughout Austin. Like even though it was Texas, not really a lot of fat people, and I feel like it's because you would have to be almost a billionaire to be overweight in that town because every place, it was consistently $60 meals that were about 7 or 8 bites of food. The portions were lacking. I think that actually helped us kind of keep more room in our stomach to drink more, so maybe in the end it helped us out. But sometimes you ever just want to have a fuckload of food. You're like, just give me a big-ass plate with everything on it, and nowhere seemed to do that.
Yeah, I mean, not for $60. That's for goddamn sure. But I don't know. I think the overall Terry Blacks to start the trip, big L, big fucking L.
Yeah, it was tough. So it's, vibes were a little bit low. I mean, Trent had a serious case of the meat sweats. We kind of just decided we need some AC. We need to be inside, otherwise we might die. We wanted in on the Airbnb. It was $215 at that point. We're like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, if you can't find a way, make a way.
They sent us a code. We're like, let's just make our way over to the place and see what happens. I'm punching the code of the door. That doesn't work. There's a side door. Try it. That doesn't work either. I'm like, shit. Then this sweet little blonde girl pops her head out the door and says, can I help you guys? She didn't sound like that, but I like it for the story. And I was like, oh, is this number 1300? It turned out she's the cleaner. She's like, oh yeah, are you checking it? She's cleaning up the place. Her messaging was inconsistent. She was like, the place is a fucking shit show. I'm still cleaning it up. We're like, oh yeah, no worries. She's like, oh wait, but actually, like, it's entirely clean. There are just towels in the dryer. So like, if you guys want to drop your stuff off, you can. I'm like, yeah, actually, that would help a lot. Like, at the very least. So I think it actually was clean. I'm like, the messaging was inconsistent. It didn't matter. We're like, let's kill some time at a coffee shop. I don't fucking know. The fact that I think she was pretty hot, but the fact that she let us into an Airbnb when we were basically dying, I feel like that's like the hottest thing she could have possibly done. So that cleaner is a legend in our books. Now, we did drop our stuff in the house. We went down the street to a coffee shop. You made the point. What if that's not a cleaner? What if that's someone who's just going to rob us for all our stuff? Who knows?
Also, to give some context to the story, the area that we're in looks like the utter ghetto of Austin, Texas. So remember, $1,000 a night. I'm expecting a little bit higher class. This place is a fucking dump. The houses around it, dumpy. Right across the street is like this huge construction project with like barbed wire fencing on it. When we were waiting there with our bags too, all I can describe this as a low rider Texas truck with a Mexican driving it pulled up to us, and he starts going really slow, and he was like, hey, you guys from out of town? And we're like holding our bag, so he like clearly knows we're from out of town. I'm like, yeah, we're from out of town. And he goes, oh, first time in Austin, Texas? And I'm like, yeah, first time in Austin, Texas. He's like, well, enjoy, Poppy. And I was like, I don't know whether this guy's the nicest guy in Austin, Texas, welcoming us, or if he just cased the fuck out of us and is about to roll down this block at 3 a.m. and kill all of us for AirPods. So very concerning, but we walk to the cafe. I am now a little bit more concerned, I think, about the area than the rest of the people in the group. Everyone goes in the coffee shop. I take a ginormous dump in the coffee shop.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So, the likes of which a toilet bowl has never seen. Ooh. And I walk out. I'm like, I don't even really want coffee. I want beer, but they had shitty beers. So I got a White Claw and a coffee. As the guy's making my coffee, I said, hey, sir, he seemed like a nice, respectful guy. I said, hey, you know anything about this area? Like, just shoot me straight. Is this kind of like a dangerous area, or you think it's kind of safe? He goes, oh, like immediately around us? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, it's really bad. Like really, really sketchy. I would be very careful. I was like, oh, okay, great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So that's just the setup before we even step foot into this Airbnb to actually not just drop off our stuff, but actually spend some time there. So the day is weird. We get into the Airbnb finally. They let us in. The code never works at the front door. It's a big fucking, this is the theme of the trip. Andy really upset about this code not working. The side door works.
Right.
It's very janky, but the side door works. You have two completely separate houses. You have a brand new house in the back. You have a 1920s house in the front. The front house looks like a tattoo parlor. The back house looks like a model home. And in between, there's just a enclosed outdoor space that has no air conditioning and a foosball table.
This in-between space, it was advertised as the 5th bedroom, essentially. So there were 4 bedrooms. They said, well, the game room in the middle, it has a sleeper couch. It looks like a nice leather couch, had a pull-out bed, that'll work. No, there was no insulation, so the AC didn't work, and you kind of need that when it's really hot in Texas. It was about 90 degrees, so sleeping there would have fucking sucked. Also, we're in a sketchy neighborhood. They're just wide open. There are no blinds whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was just like an open screen.
Yeah.
So I mean, you would either have best case scenario, you have the sun coming up at about 6:30, waking you up. Worst case, you have some homeless person watching you sleep. So overall, and all this with no air conditioning, overall not a very comfortable place to sleep. I opted to sleep elsewhere on a different couch. Kind of disappointing considering that was marketed as kind of the fifth bed, and the room looked really cool. I feel like that kind of sold us on
this room.
We're gonna have such great times.
The angles they took this room, it had a shuffleboard table, an air hockey table, like some nice couches. You would have thought you were stepping into a luxurious condo loft area in downtown Austin. It was none of that. And so this just brings me to my point of fuck Airbnb, dude. I am fucking done with Airbnbs. They give you no fucking service. They're not even cheaper. They're actually more expensive now. They barely give you enough toilet paper to survive 2 nights. The towels smell like shit. You can't get in early. You can't leave your bags. You can't check out late. Like, what is the fucking purpose right now of even getting an Airbnb? We could have stayed in the Hilton right on Rainy Street in Austin, Texas, each got in our own room, and it would have been the same fucking price. So honestly, fuck Airbnbs in Austin and fuck Airbnbs overall. I am only staying in hotels from now on, and I don't even care if there's a group of 20 guys and you get let's stay in it. No, fuck that. I'm going to try VRBO or something because Airbnb is the worst business out there. Their quality from 10 years ago to now has gone down further than Chipotle 10 years ago to now. And that is saying a lot.
Yeah, I was disappointed in a lot of consumer products this weekend. Airbnb, a massive fall off. I mean, years ago, I was fired up. Whenever I stayed in Airbnb, it was awesome. We'd rent a cool house. Like, everyone went home happy. It's the fact that they ask you to clean the house the next day is the most insulting thing. It's like the hotel, they're like, yeah, you can basically just shit on the floor and walk out and everything's fine. Airbnb, they're like, yeah, can you do our laundry, load the dishes, the vacuum? I'm like, what? They're also, by the way, be out by 9:30 in the morning. It's just like...
Also, you're paying a cleaning fee.
Yeah, cleaning fee on top of it. It's like, I feel like the people who rent these homes out are people who... And they're like, oh, by the way, like, don't like piss or shit in the toilet. This is like someone's house. No, it's like they're people who aren't actually comfortable with people in their house renting out their house at like a short-term rental premium. It's awful. Another service I'm fucking done with this weekend, Uber Eats. I swear to, we just wanted some good quality drunk food because we were in the hood and we weren't going to be out on foot when it was pitch black out. And every time we ordered, our food was delayed by like over an hour. You ever have it? You're hammered. You're like, a pizza would be amazing right now. It says 25 minutes. You're like, amazing. It ends up being about an hour 45. By the time you're like staying up because you have food on the way, but everyone there is like, dude, it's 4 a.m. I'm ready to sleep. I don't even give a shit about the pizza anymore. You're like, no, we paid for it. I got to meet the guy out front. It's like, it's just, and that happened multiple times. It's these services I loved years ago. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, honestly, like, why do people ever leave their... It's like, you know what? Maybe we should just hang out in St. Pete and just get food from the grocery store.
No, I fucking agree with you, man. And the thing is that's really pisses me off about the Uber Eats and the DoorDashes is one of the main reasons I pick a restaurant at one of these establishments is because of the estimated time it tells you. Like, I would never have picked a pizza place that said 2 hours. I would have been like, oh,
hell
fuck
no.
that. Like, what? I'll just go to bed hungry. It says like 30 minutes, and then it takes 2 hours, and then you get no form of fucking refund for this.
Yeah.
No form. They're like, yeah, it took 2 hours. You're like, I know, but you on the like thing that made me pay, the reason why I bought it was that. They're like, yeah, but you can't fucking do anything about it. You signed our user agreement, so go fuck yourself. So, yeah, we're kind of out on DoorDash. We're out on Uber Eats. Another thing I'm out on in Austin, Texas is the fucking scooters, man. And let me tell you why. Not because there was a lack of scooters. There were scooters fucking everywhere. And this city obviously doesn't understand what city planning is. Because we live in St. Petersburg, Florida. The city that figured out scooters is St. Petersburg, Florida. Yeah. They have designated spots to park the scooters. The scooters will automatically turn off if you leave the areas where you're not allowed to scooter, meaning that they're able to control people and keep these scooters in a very nice fashion. But you know what else it does? It keeps people from doing dumb shit. It keeps people from doing really, really dumb shit. You know, I'm not going to say who on this trip did this because I don't think that needs to be said. But one of the people on the trip got very drunk, and instead of getting in an Uber on the way home, and by the way, the home is like miles away from the bars we were at, gets on a fucking scooter and somehow scooters all the way home. That wouldn't have happened in St. Petersburg, Florida, because the scooter would have just died. You would have had to park it, or else you'd just keep paying. But Austin, Texas, they're like, no, you could drive the scooter wherever you want, even if it's on a highway. I think that's terrible. Austin needs to really rein that in. And honestly, there were scooters in front of fucking everything. It was kind of annoying now that I'm looking back on it. But yeah, Austin, Texas, not it. I mean, I will say, I'll give them some of the highlights.
Yeah.
Brought the boys to a Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt.
We had a great time at these.
Matt really liked the Four Seasons. Not at first. I feel like everyone was like, why are we at the Four Seasons? And then you kind of sink back into your chair. It's a little comfier than the last place chair you were at. The service is just a little bit better. Everything's just a little bit nicer. It's really quiet. It's just like very serene. Start to really enjoy the aesthetics there. And then everyone was like, you know what? This is fucking kind of nice up here. I'm like, well, we're just for one drink, just get one drink. We drank a little rosé on the rooftop. Oh, yeah, it's fucking wonderful. So
you really turned me on to that move. It's like, go get food or drinks at a hotel that you're not staying at. They'll serve anyone, and
they'll serve anyone.
So nice. I mean, it never really crossed my mind. It's fantastic. Probably our best times throughout the weekend were at hotels that we weren't actually staying at.
Yeah, expensive hotels you're not staying at. That's always the move, because you got to think, most people pick hotels for the amenities, like the bars, the pool area, blah, blah. But turns out you can just fucking go to the nice parts of the hotel without staying there. That's the move. It's always the move. Now, listen, you're going to pay $1 or $2 more for a beer. You're going to pay $3 or $4 more for an espresso martini. But the experience you're going to have is just fantastic. So, overall trip, I would say scale of 1 to 10. Overall trip, 7.2.
Yeah.
If it wasn't with the group of guys that I liked, and it was just myself, 3.1.
Yeah, I think I'm in a similar ballpark. I mean, based on everything we just said, you would think we had a horrible time. I actually had the time of my life. It's because the guys were there. We were doing funny shit. It's like there was a lot to like. Austin as a whole, I've been to shittier places, no doubt. I think I just don't really get it. I'm like, it's just a lot. Okay, all has the positives. A lot of good-looking girls everywhere. Like, a lot of bars we went to, there were more girls than guys. It was great ratio. A lot of fun bars to go to. Like, there were things to like. I just can't get over the shitty service. Like, I said before, like, no one can do shit for you. The amount of times the answer at places was just, no. I mean, think about that shitty Mexican place that charged us $10 a taco, just regular-sized tacos, on the last day. It's like, hey, excuse me, do you have any hot sauce? They said, no, you had to order at the beginning. It's like, not it's available for an extra charge, or it's just, no. It's like, no, you fucked up. You had to get it before. Shit out of luck. It's like, hot sauce? Hot sauce. Like, that's, I mean, think about the first time we went to the rooftop hotel. We had a great time there, but it's like, we're like, hey, can we sit down here? Like, oh, yeah, it should be fine. Someone comes in like, hey, guys, I got a big group coming in, and, I'm going to have to ask you guys to get up and leave. But they're like, yeah, if you want to wait like an hour 45, you can probably see you. We're like, oh, damn, all right. Then we're like, wait, what about that entire other section of open seating on the rooftop? One of the other employees is like, yeah, anyone can sit there. You can sit there. We sit there, someone comes up, they're like, guys, like, I'm going to have to. It's just not a big deal. Not a big deal, but it's like, this service is out of control. And then I think when in that same hotel, we got breakfast there, or like a brunch the following day. We get to the front. We had a group of 5. When we walked up to the server, you would have thought she was absolutely stunned that people were walking in to the restaurant to get food. It was a highly rated restaurant, too, 4.8 on Google, which that's kind of a banger of a restaurant. I mean, we got a group of 5. She's like, inside or outside? We say, it was a pretty nice day. Really nice temp. It was like low 60s. We're like, could we do outside? The look on her face, it wasn't yesterday. The look on her face was like, oh. It's almost like she never thought she'd be in that situation. It's like, she's like, well, I think they had to just like pull up a chair or clean off one of the tables. I mean, you would have thought we completely broke her brain. Like, maybe we should have just sat inside, but it was mind-blowing. It's like anything you asked for, as simple as the ask was in this town, people were just woefully unprepared for it. It's like, I don't know. Do people love living in Austin? Do they think like, yeah, this is phenomenal service?
I think the people in Austin are very unique. Obviously, they have that whole. They take. How do I put it nicely? It's a lot of tech people, I think. I think a lot of tech people came into that city. I think they maybe are a little bit more arrogant than what Austin was used to before. And when you mix that hippie mindset that Austin kind of had with that tech bro mindset, the middle is kind of this weird mesh point of like people are kind of cool still, but they're still kind of assholes. And so it's like they're nice, but they're not nice.
Yeah.
So it's like the servers they're all nice, but then they like really weren't that nice. When it like came down to it, they were like not nice. Like, for example, speaking of the brunch, I got shit on by a bird at that lunch.
Yeah, I didn't know if you
the waitress came out and was like, "Oh no, did you get like pooped on by like a bird?" I was like, yeah, no, like my whole back is like poop on it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then she goes, "Oh." I'm like, oh, like, do you maybe want to bring like water and fucking soap or like a towel or like maybe offer to like comp one of my drinks? Like, she's like, "Oh, well, I'll be back if you guys want anything else." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." So yeah, not a fan of her. Overall, also, I want to talk about, we did go to the Comedy Mothership.
Yeah.
Comedy Mothership, very excited for that. Obviously, we've been kind of following that whole manosphere, as Louis Theroux would say, and very excited to go in. I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking it was going to be a pretty decently sized theater since they even have like 2 rooms to perform in there. And the guy checking us in was that guy from Kill Tony that looks like he's 5, but he actually might be like 25. He was the ticket boy, which was pretty cool. So it was cool to meet him. Walk in. By the way, at this point we are sloshed up a little bit. We are not feeling good in terms of being sober, but
Trent's eye was closed like an hour before.
my right eye
Just one of them.
my right eye was like doing this a little bit, which is fine. That's what you want.
Right.
And the theater's pretty small.
Yeah. If honest, I was saying it felt like a high school auditorium, but I mean, no, that's actually a bad comp. High school auditorium was way bigger. I actually kind of like that it was a tiny little thing.
Oh, me too.
But it was cool because it was like you felt like you were right there with the comedians, with the show. But it kind of just caught me off guard. I'm like, damn, this is it. Like it could have been any other.
It's just weird because we watched like Kill Tony a lot, and the room, like, because they only kind of showed the stage. The laughter and everything felt bigger than the size of the room. Let's just put it that way.
Also, maybe it's the camera angle on Kill Tony. It almost makes it look like they're in the center and they're like people around the circumference, but I guess that's not the case.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But it was a cool experience going there. The first 2 opening people were fantastic. The guy who was the kind of the main act kind of sucked, but that's all right. I like going to places and finding new comedians anyway.
Yeah. I had a good time at the Comedy Store. No, I agree. The first 2 guys were absolutely hilarious. The first guy's name was Riley Gilmore. He was fantastic.
He was hilarious.
That guy, I mean, he really got off to a hot start. I think that guy might be a star someday. Yeah. No, overall, phenomenal time. Like we had
a great
some
time.
great times.
We had a really
I guess,
good time.
do we want to hit on quickly like our least favorite? We each pick our least favorite person from the trip.
Yeah, I think you should start.
All right. There are a lot of good candidates here, but my least favorite person on the trip, it's got to be Max from the fucking taco shop on the last day. So we decided...
Nixed tacos.
Yeah, don't go there. Or do if you don't care about money or food or Max not annoying you while you're trying to eat your food. But we decide, you know what, let's get some nice Tex-Mex. That's the one thing we're missing on the trip. And we get advice from a bouncer. He's a nice bouncer. So he's just like, you know what, you got to head out to East Austin. That's where all the good Tex-Mex is at. We're like, all right, let's do it. We're out in East Austin. I mean... They basically rob us at the front. It costs $42 for 2 small tacos and a drink. This guy, Max, comes up. He's talking to the boys. I think I was in the bathroom, so I come back. Like, they're in the middle of conversation. He gives them a lot of recommendations. This guy, I'm sure he's a nice, well-meaning man. He is like a skinny, freaking weasel type. Like, but he, like, kind of thinks he's, like, the smartest, most mature guy in the room. Some people are like, is he the owner? I'm like, I don't give a shit if he's the owner. This place sucks, and so does he. I'm getting on a tangent. He's giving us recommendations and all that. He asked, hey, what are you guys here for? Like, everyone all weekend, they're asking, like, is this a bachelor party? Common question. It's like, people are trying to make conversation. We were kind of tired of being asked that. One of our friends makes a hilarious joke. He says, we're actually celebrating Trent's 3 months of sobriety. And this is while Trent's drinking a Modelo. So that's kind of the joke. This guy, Max, gets all tense. He's like, hey, man, I'm just saying, my cousin, like, he's had, like, a lot of trouble with that kind of stuff. and it just gets so weird and serious so fast. I hate it because alcoholism is very funny, and we're overpaying to eat at your shitty taco spot. You're not going to turn this on us and make it like we're some bad guys for making fun of alcoholism, which is the funniest disease in existence. There's a whole South Park episode on this. Like, if I found out that your brother had cancer or a deadly disease, I would say that's absolutely awful. Drinking too much is hilarious and within your own control. So I didn't like how he got all pompous and just kind of lecturing us. Then some of the recs he gave us were wild. He's like, we wanted to watch the college basketball games. We had some Elite Eight action on later in the afternoon. He's like, oh, dude, easy.
No brainer.
He's like, you got to go to Murray's Brew Pub or whatever the fuck. We're like, oh yeah. He's like, dude, it's in East Austin. That's where the adults go. Okay, that's where adults go. East Austin. It was just like in the middle of a neighborhood. Like it was just. It's
and not a super nice neighborhood either.
Right. It was just like house. Oh, there's a bar or something. We walk. He was like, also, they fucking know. He's like, say Max sent you. He's like, dude, they'll probably give you a free drink. They'll probably give me a free. You're going to see me there in a few hours. Anyone who works there, you mention the word Max, they'll be like, what? Max? He's like, I'm a household name there.
He did say this.
We're like, holy crap. All right. We go there. It's like a pretty quiet Irish pub. There's one TV on. They have like a regular season baseball game on. We're like, where's the Michigan game? We're sitting out in the back. It is silent. I mean,
silent. They had classical music going.
there was some serious NPC type behavior because there were like probably 3 other groups sitting out there.
Yes.
It's like they weren't talking.
They weren't.
They weren't saying anything. And sometimes, we can be tough as a group. We get together. We're pretty drunk. We're really excited. We're all talking at the same time. And we can be pretty loud and annoy people. And we've been told to shut the fuck up at bars in the past. I feel like just talking at a regular volume, we were messing up the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Because it was like quiet hours. You would have thought it was like study hours.
It was weird. It was library hours.
But yeah, the waitress comes around. We get around drinks. We say like, "Hey, do you know Max? Max sent us here." She's like, "What? Who's Max?"
Yeah, Max. She goes, Max. Max. Does Max have a Labrador? I was like, well, I don't know if Max has a Labrador, but
no idea.
He works at a taco stand. She's like, taco stand. Is it Max who comes here on Sundays? I'm like, well, lady, let me reframe it. I don't fucking know who Max is. So if you don't know who Max is and you're trying to like ask me specifics about his personal life, I'm not gonna be able to relate that. So we can just end this conversation right now and just both agree that Max is an asshole and he doesn't actually come here and he may have sent us to the worst fucking sports bar in all of Austin.
Yeah, I didn't like Max. He just gave off a vibe of like he thought he was the smartest guy in the room, super self-important, and he didn't like our fun alcoholism joke. So, Max, you fucking suck, dude. Lighten up. Lighten up, Max. Your recommendations suck. And if that's your place, change the prices. Also, give out hot sauce. Give out hot sauce and allow people to get it even after they sit down.
For $13 a taco, and then that is the price of these tacos, you should have fucking 30 hot sauces at the table. And actually, Tex-Mex places are known for having like a lot of hot sauces out. That's like one of the cool things about going to those places. You can try all the hot sauces, and they also usually give you free chips and stuff. This place, and it was my recommendation because it was on a lot of TikToks, but that's, you shouldn't listen to TikTok, I guess. Shame on me. But the tortillas would fall apart too. I mean, like the food, the innards of the taco was delicious. But you would pick it up and it would just fall right down on things. I was basically slurping off tinfoil. But, okay, person I hated the most was actually a group. This was at actually one of the best bars we went to the whole time. I forget the name of that bar. It was $2 Busch Lights.
I'm blanking right now. Oh, you're talking about the group.
Yeah.
Marfa. Marfa.
Yeah, Marfa.
Not Martha. It's like Martha, but if you're saying you have a lisp.
Yeah, Marfa.
If someone with a lisp is trying to
Very
pronounce
cool
Marfa.
place. $2 Busch Lights. Shout out. That was awesome to see that price, actually. None of us liked the drink itself, but the price was fantastic. And the boys get down to some Busch Lights, actually. I take that back.
No, we like them.
Anyway, so like Andy said, there was a lot of girls there. I'm married. So listen, all of this is just me being a wingman. But at the same time, Drew immediately starts talking. There's this group of girls. They're all maybe like 20 to 23 years old. They all have their lips done, their hair done, makeup. I mean, they're just like all out. I want nothing to do with this group. But I see Drew starting to do it, and I'm just watching this interaction. And they treated Drew like the fucking gum on the bottom of his shoe. And they didn't just treat Drew like that. They treated every human being, male or female or server, who interacted with them like they were bothering the fuck out of them for even interacting or looking their way. These girls sat at a booth. Okay, it was kind of a small bar, but it was packed. They all sat there like this. No one was fucking talking to each other. They weren't drinking. I don't even know why they were fucking there because they were so mean to every single person that even looked in their direction. I'm still shocked by this group of girls as to what their goal was for the night, as to what their plan was. And honestly, fuck all of them. They're going to look like shit in 10 years because they pumped so much plastic already into their face. Those are the kind of girls that will, at 45, be single, have a tit job, and just be miserable, miserable women. So those were my least favorite people in Austin.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious because they were sitting in like a half booth. There was probably, I don't know, 8 of them. At one point I looked over. All of them were just locked in on their phones, just not a single look on their face, except one. She had her phone down. She was like kind of looking around them. She was like, I'm actually down to have a conversation. But it was like, nope, none of your friends are interested. They seemed like some of the most miserable people I've ever seen. It was, we're using the young kids term a lot, but there was a lot of NPC-ish behavior throughout the weekend.
It's funny you say that because I've been noticing a lot more NPC behavior just overall in the world. This might actually be a little bit of an epidemic of people just watching short form content and their brains just melting. And they just don't even know how to deal with this. They think the real world is just long form content. It's like, no, guys, this is the real world. This isn't like a movie. Like you need to
long form.
You need to like be alive, be in the moment. They're like sitting there like, oh, when is the next video happening? It's like, this is real life. This is a bar. You're going to be here for 2 hours or until you decide to leave. That's how you change the video. So I see that all over the place right now. I think short form content is melting people's brains. Also, that will be delivered on the Lawn Chair Instagram as short form content.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like one more asshole to highlight from my notes. The guy who led to you getting pooped on by the bird, complete idiot. He was a Tom Hanks lookalike. That's kind of relevant to the story, but that's one that jumped out to me. Basically, a poor server. She was delivering some tortilla chips to a group. She stumbles. I mean, she fumbles on the big stage. It happens to a server. She was kind of embarrassed. Tortilla chips go flying. Now, they didn't really put much of an effort into just picking them up off the sidewalk. Like, they got the container away, went back to the kitchen. So there are a shitload of tortilla chips on the ground, and these birds are going off. They're munching down these tortilla chips. They crush them. This Tom Hanks guy, he decides, I kind of enjoyed watching these birds eat these tortillas on the sidewalk. And he just starts throwing more chips from his plate to the birds. I mean, it's like, I thought everyone kind of knew that. They say it's like, don't feed the birds.
It's
like
a fancy restaurant, too. And he's doing this underneath the covered part of the outdoor seating. So it's not like he's throwing it into the sidewalk where people are walking. He's throwing it behind, like 3 feet behind me. So there's just seagulls and crows and ravens like coming in hard, dude. He's like just eating these chips, and he's just like, ha, 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 ha.
He's like filming on his phone.
He was fucking idiot, man.
He was cloud chasing. He was trying to make a short video. And then the look on his face after the bird took a fat shit on you, he was like, He did not say anything or apologize, but it kind of clicked. He was like, oh, I'm an idiot. And then within a minute, he's just like back having his dumb conversation with his dumb family. I'm like, this guy
You're
stinks.
Right. I hated that guy.
This guy stinks. I'm trying to think of other notes I wrote down from the trip.
You wrote down some good. I told you to write down some good notes.
How could I forget this? Biggest assholes of the weekend. Most ungrateful assholes of the weekend. How about the Austin Police Department? You try to do something nice for the cops, and they're just like,
oh, yes. Okay, so we're at this really cool outdoor bar. The game's on, and then right at the corner of this bar, so it's like abutting to the street. They have, it's a mobile food truck. It's like in a trailer. So the trailer has 2 windows, one at the front and then one that's actually on the street. So you can get food inside the bar at the front window, or you can get food at the outside bar at the small window. Well, I'm sitting there. I'm feeling good, generous. I'm about to get 4 tacos. Tacos are cheap here, like $2. So I'm like, you know what? This is cool. And I peek over at the street, and, there's a big shooting in Austin, so I appreciate all police presence going on there. And I see these guys. They ordered like 10 tacos, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to fucking buy these cops some tacos. They deserve it. They're out here protecting us. And the guy goes, "You sure, man?" I'm like, and not the cop. The worker's like, "You sure, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, put it on me. Not even a worry." And then I kind of lean over and just kind of, do one of these. The guy doesn't even say thank you. He just goes, gives me a fucking head nod, and then just walks away with the tacos. I was fucking shocked. I wanted to call the cops to make them return those tacos. At that point, I wanted to claim those tacos as mine. I was fucking pissed.
Yeah, that was a wild scene. It's just like,
Ungrateful Austin cops.
who the hell's out here buying also high quality tacos? Like,
Very
that might have
good
been some of the best food of the weekend.
Yeah, we fucked up. We should have just eaten there every day.
Yeah, it's tough, but wild trip. I don't know. I have some other notes, but they're not really that related to what happened.
Well, let me hear them.
All right, well, at one point there was a heavyset girl who, and I don't say it to make fun of her, but she gave us a lot of good food racks throughout the city. Now, I don't think we actually ended up going to any of the places that she told us to, but I jotted all of them down, and I kind of made note. You want to get food recommendations from heavy people. Like, I don't want someone who's skinny telling me where to eat. Like,
yes, this girl was at a bar, and she was fat, and we had heard a lot of people tell us where to go, but Andy was locked into her advice as to where to go because she was a fucking whale.
I was like, guys, this is a gold mine right now. I was like, kind of
Someone write this down.
I was writing it down. I was like, guys, I got the answers to the test on where we should eat this week. So that was big.
That was
I don't say it
hilarious.
to make fun of her. She was one of the
I
more
do.
genuine people. Trent is making fun of her. I thought she was nice. She gave us recommendations, but that's kind of a tip going forward. If you're on the road and you're in a new city, talk to the heavy people. They'll tell you where you need to go. I know they came up because we did drink quite a bit. There were probably moments where you thought, if I puked right now, I'd feel amazing. People who don't puke when they're drinking, they're built different. And I don't say that because puking is bad. Puking is a cop-out. I wish I could puke my brains out when I'm drinking. I wish I had the ability to pull a trig. Sometimes you throw up and it's like, oh, I feel amazing now. Like, all of my problems are just solved. But, I mean, when you're just stuck, when it's a one-way ticket, it's like, it builds character. It really does.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
got to metabolize all of it.
Me and you both suffer through the same thing. The only thing that can bring us back, because you see like your friend, they throw up and they're like, "I'm back, baby," and you're like, "Fuck, dude, like I'm not back." The only thing that can bring us back is like we have to drink copious amounts of like caffeine during the drinking, which is not healthy. Not to go on another tangent, but I found this out after we got back from Austin. Surfsides, their iced tea drink, have 34 milligrams of caffeine. I drank probably 15 to 20 Surfsides a day on top of a Celsius in the morning, on top of espresso martinis at night. I calculated how much caffeine that I probably ingested on one of those days, and it was 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. I then looked up what the lethal dose of caffeine is in human beings. It just said don't drink more than 400 milligrams. Ooh. So basically 3 times what they're suggesting as the maximum. And I was very concerned with just my overall health at that point. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time to not drink Surfsides anymore. They're the best tasting drink I've ever had, and they don't bloat me at all. But I cannot afford to be dying of a heart attack while drinking, Andy.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't really want caffeine in my booze, except for an espresso martini, which is the actual point.
I think part of the reason why the Surfsides are so good, though, is they like keep you kind of up as you're drinking. And so it's like, oh, man, this fucking Surfside's delicious.
Like, not only is it refreshing, you're like, wow, I really feel like you're bringing back to life.
Yeah,
there's a little boost that goes along with it. Yeah, that is kind of concerning. It's so easy to
I've also chugged like 7 espresso martinis in 3 seconds. So
my
overall, I just found out those have caffeine.
Yeah, do they? I don't know. I think someone in the comments wrote that.
Yeah.
Figured it out. So other notes I wrote, kind of business ideas that maybe I shouldn't air these out publicly. You know what? I'm going to. I don't care. What about a breathalyzer for any betting or wagering app? What about a breathalyzer for Hard Rock Bet, FanDuel, which is our newest sponsor, or DraftKings? Because sometimes you're just plastered and you think it's a great idea. Like, yeah. Why don't I just throw down a casual $5,000 on the 15 seed reaching the Final Four? Then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck why am I making horrible financial decisions?
No, I think that's a really good fucking idea. And you can self-ban yourself from these apps. I think you should be able to self-breathalyze yourself from these apps.
Right, like set a legal limit.
Set a legal limit.
It's not going to be 0.08, but I don't know, 0.32? Is that crazy? It's like...
Yeah. I mean...
If you're drunk enough to die, you shouldn't be able to...
die and lose all your money.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
Like
agree.
if you're able to survive, you should get to keep your money.
I think this is a fucking great idea. And anyone out there who wants to invent it, just know that we have what's the legal definition for knowing something first? It's like prima.
Oh.
Anyway, we're gonna fucking sue you, so don't.
Yeah, we are. And the other idea that I really hope you don't steal, and maybe someone's thought of it before, but I don't care. I think this was inspired by the line at Terry Black's, but I don't really remember. You ever get like the Flash Pass thing at Six Flags or Disney World to cut the lines?
This is actually a good idea.
It'll be a membership-based platform. It's a Flash Pass.
I don't know if we should say this one.
Actually, yeah. You know what?
No, don't say this one.
No, we're gonna have this part out.
I'm gonna cut that out. That's
Yeah.
actually a fucking good idea.
Yeah, no, we're gonna sit on this one.
We could vibe code that one.
I swear to if this whole podcast thing doesn't work out, that could be our thing.
Yeah.
So
well, you know what? We could vibe code it, and then that could be the sponsor of the podcast.
Ooh. I like that. So all in all, I know it sounds like we just sat here and complained for an hour, but we actually fucking loved Austin. And that's just because we're from the Northeast, so that's just how we talk.
Well, that's how we also... Believe it or not, I find almost more joy in talking about the bad parts than the good parts.
Yeah, like it's not as funny if I say like, oh, it's really cool, people are nice. Okay, one last thing to go on. There were way too many people for my liking just like patting themselves on the back for being so nice and awesome. Like the amount of times I heard people be like, Austin people are great. We're so nice. I'm like, the service was terrible. I guess most of the people we met in bars seemed to be fine. I don't like when people tell me how nice they are. Like, if you're nice, it's like, can someone else say it? Can I figure that out on my own? Someone's like, we're nice people. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think we also came to the conclusion, and this is kind of like I wanted to touch on this a little bit, but guys' trips, right? Picking the place is always the hardest spot. So, because our group all doesn't golf at like a decently high level, we can't just pick a golf destination. It would make it way easier because those places are set up for men to go golf, have an activity during the day, kind of drink during it, get hammered after, set up a dinner, and then go to the bar after. That's usually the kind of the order of the operations. Maybe you fit a pool in there somewhere during the day, but it's usually like activity, drink, food, drink heavy, go bars. So these mid-sized cities, the Austins, the Nashvilles, the Charlottes, the Charlestons, the kind of like these mid-sized cities, are they the move to go to if you already live in one of the best mid-sized cities in St. Pete?
Yeah, it's tough.
Because that's the struggle is like, if I'm going to pay thousands of dollars, I want a little bit more than where I usually spend my time. And what I found myself thinking the whole time was, for the amount of money we were spending, we could have had 3 of the most epic nights in St. Pete history. So that's the tough part. I guess that was the tough part. I guess, what do they say? Envy is the thief of joy.
Yep.
I was envious of everyone in St. Pete, man.
No, it is crazy because it's like I want to go to new places. I want to see other parts of the world. I want to hit most of the major cities, like, while I have a chance to. But travel as a whole has gotten so expensive these days that it's like, sometimes you kind of look at it, you're like, what the fuck? Because you're on the road. It's like, even if you pay up for a nice hotel, nice accommodations, probably not going to be as nice as it is just being at your house. Like, you have to eat every meal out. It's just, the expenses add up. And it's like, damn. I mean, I feel like I look at it, it's like, all right, yeah. It's like, I would love to check out this new city. It's like, dude, you should go. I'm like, it would be $1,200 for me to go for 3 days before any expenses there. It's like, what the hell? Like, it's close to like a month of rent for like a 3-4 day trip somewhere. I'm like, God damn, like, I don't want to just stay at home and not visit any new cities, but we're at a point where the expenses almost make it seem so impractical.
Well, I guess that's my point. Is like, since the expenses are so high no matter where you go, it's like you almost want to go pay a little bit more to go to a really good city that you'll remember versus one that's just like, it's fine. So, I don't know. Do I recommend Austin? Honestly, no. I wouldn't recommend Austin.
Yeah, not really. I'm glad I saw it, but
I
think we both said it's like Would I go to Austin again? Sure, but it won't be my idea.
Yep, that's very good.
You know, I won't be pushed for it.
Well put.
But we had a great time. We love Austin. If you listen to this, you're probably one of our friends. If not, if you don't know us, you listen to all this, you're a legend.
Oh, that's
actually
insane.
crazy.
There's no way anyone
That's
will say.
wild.
Also,
No.
how long did we just talk about that for? Like 45 minutes?
It was a lot.
It's impressive.
We had a lot to say.
It's impressive.
Even if you do know us and listen to that, you're a legend.
All right, let's get into some shit that's actually going on somewhat in the sports world.
Right.
Let's talk about Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods flipped his car, gets arrested, DUI or suspicion of DUI. There's a lot of storylines here. So I think just to be methodical in how we approach this, let's talk about each storyline in and of itself. The number one storyline. Blows a .00, but still gets arrested for DUI. What are our thoughts on this?
Well, I get it. It's like, think about his other rollover crash. The word on Tiger is that he has a painkiller problem. It's like, yeah, maybe he didn't have any booze in the system, but at the time he had like a cocktail of 3 different painkillers, all medications that say in the bottle you're not supposed to drive on them. So
Yeah.
we had .00. I mean, just take one look at the video. That guy is not on planet Earth. Should not be behind the wheel of the car.
Okay, so DUI doesn't mean just driving drunk. It means driving under the influence. So fair enough, fair enough. Okay, you flip your car right off the back of a landscaping truck. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Next storyline that I thought was very interesting. Riggs from Foreplay and Barstool comes out and basically supports Tiger Woods through all this like a pansy-ass bitch. Now, not everyone on Foreplay agreed because Frankie comes out on the first podcast and is pissed that basically Riggs took the entire platform and decided what was going to happen for it, even though that Frankie and Trent have built that platform up as well. What are our thoughts of any sports commentator, but specifically Riggs, sticking up for Tiger Woods, even though he legitimately has almost killed multiple people now with this problem he has?
No, I don't like it. Tiger Woods is a piece of shit, and this has been publicly available information for the better part of about 20 years now. It's like, yeah, I get it. Around the turn of the century, this guy, he had a squeaky clean reputation. He was a role model. He was winning everything. He was almost looked at as an American hero. But it turns out he's actually just a shitty guy like the rest of us. And you know what? No, I'm not saying this guy is the devil, but I think he's a selfish guy, and if he doesn't clean his act up, he's probably going to kill someone. So it annoys me how none of these big J journalists have it in them to rip this guy.
Yeah, it's just such a fucking pussy move by Barstool to even let Riggs control the narrative of what's going on here. You're the fucking biggest golf channel on one of the biggest platforms, and you're just not going to report on it because he fucking went into a YouTube video with you guys? It's utterly pathetic. And honestly, someone like Riggs should be seriously thought about being fucking fired for this. And if I'm Frankie and Trent, I am fucking pissed at him ruining the reputation of Foreplay. Personally, I want nothing to fucking do with Foreplay after this guy is just basically sucking Tiger's dick, talking about how great of a person he is after he flips a car and almost kills someone. No respect for Riggs from Barstool. I think Barstool golf is going to go downhill very quickly now after this.
So, Trent, is it fair to say you were now out on Foreplay?
What if I said I was never in it? All right, next storyline on this. This is fucking hilarious. This is one of, honestly, my favorite part. It's actually such my favorite part that I'm going to flip what I just said about Tiger Woods and say that Tiger Woods is the funniest fucking guy ever. So the body cam footage comes out, and there's a part of the video where he, I guess, just walked away on the phone from the cops when they told him to, stay put. And he's walking back. He's all jacked now on peptides now too. He's walking back, and the cop goes, "Hey, come back here. Hey, what were you doing over there?" And he goes, he just puts his phone in his pocket, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, just got off the phone with the president of the United States." And I was just like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And the funny part is, he is dating one of the Trump's son's ex-wife, and is very involved in the Trump, and Donald Trump loves golf, so he's obviously probably did talk to Donald Trump. I think this is fucking hilarious because it doesn't really fucking matter what he did because at the end of the day, the president can just pardon you for anything. So he literally flips his car and he's like, fuck, I'm going to call Donald Trump. Yo, Donnie, like, I am so fucking high right now. I flipped my car. No one's dead. Good news, no one's dead. But I need to play in the Masters this week. So, like, let me out of the slammer.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Like, I actually do believe that he was on the phone with Donald Trump because high-profile people, it's like they're all connected. They're all friends with each other. But it's also just hilarious. It's like, even though Tiger was delirious at the moment, like, he did not have an actual thought in his head. But what a clever way to get cops on your side. It's like, hey, you boys like the president? You boys like some Donald Trump? Cops are like, go on. Like, he just lured them in. They're like, all right, I'm listening.
It's
I'm
actually
listening.
crazy, man.
I mean, shoot.
What a great flex.
Another thing, it's like, yeah, Tiger, it's like rollover crash, the second one. It's like, can we talk about how absurd that is? Like, we have people who have had multiple DUIs, been multiple accidents. Multiple rollover crashes of your car is completely wild. And the last one was crazy. Both of them, luckily, single car accidents. He's the only one hurt. The last one, he broke both of his legs. Like, it's crazy he even came back to golf after that. Doing that twice is absurd. Like, for most people, doing it once is remarkable. 2 rollover crashes. And a lot of people are now saying, it's a common thought. It's probably one of the first things we said. Tiger Woods, he needs a driver. He needs a personal driver. And he said, I don't want that. I don't want someone all over, knowing where I'm going. For everyone saying Tiger Woods needs a driver, this is not 2014. Tiger Woods needs a Tesla. I feel like this could not be more of a no-brainer. And I know what people are going to say. They're like, oh, the self-driving vehicles, you're not supposed to be drunk in the driver's seat. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's exactly why they invented self-driving vehicles. I don't care what you tell me. That's what they're for. So you can take whatever you're on and shove it.
I agree. Tiger, get a Tesla. Elon, hook this guy up with a Tesla for free and give him free self-driving for life.
You could be the face of the company.
I mean, think about this connection now. We got Elon, Tiger, and Trump. That is Illuminati right there. And it all stems around Tiger flipping his car, Elon getting him the self-driving. I love that connection. 3 billionaires just having a fucking blast in life.
We love it. So, hey, thank God no one was hurt.
I love that take, though. Yeah. That's a great take. Let's see. Are there any other storylines coming out of this Tiger thing? Oh, I guess he's not going to do the Masters. Snooze fest. He would have lost anyway. No, I think we kind of talked about everything I wanted to talk about.
No, I'm good with it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what next on the docket. I mean, fuck. Those are some great stories. So it's kind of like tough to that. I don't know. Is there anything in the sports world you want to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we can hit on the NCAA tournament a little bit.
Okay.
Like, we haven't had a podcast in a while. It's been about a month, so we didn't have a chance to talk about the beginning of the tournament. Like, what's your temperature on the NCAA tournament? Do you give a shit about March Madness?
I feel like specifically with basketball and the NIL, it's a little bit tougher for me to carry. I don't know who's on what team, who's coaching what. The coaches all seem miserable because they're just losing their best players to the NIL anyway. They all come out. They seem like they're complaining. So I feel like the temperature and the excitement of college is just kind of gone because it's not like these guys grinded it out, didn't start for the first 2 years, and then you got these seniors playing.
Yeah.
Everyone's just this revolving door of players on different teams. So that part's kind of frustrating because the team that's in the Final Four this year is a different 5 from last year, but it's the same college. So I don't know. I don't really love. I think I've lost a lot of the luster. Also, I've been kind of out on the tournament. After now, there's like 98 teams that get allowed in. And then you do your bracket, but half the bracket is like just says play in, and you don't even know who's playing in. I find it very strange.
Yeah, I feel like the bracket, it's lost a little bit of magic for me as well. The whole tournament. It's like, while it's going on, I do enjoy watching it, but I feel like it's bizarre with college basketball. It's like, once it's over, you don't hear a peep about it ever again. Like, we live in Florida. Last year, the Florida Gators win the national title. It was talked about the Tuesday after. Then from that Wednesday forward, not another freaking peep was said. Like, there are people in the state who were saying, like, around the start of March Madness, like, who won last year? I can't even remember. Like, Baylor won the national championship in 2021. Do you have any recollection of that happening?
No.
No, it's like these moments happen, and it's just never a word about it is said ever again. And now maybe that would be different if I were seeking out college basketball covering platforms. It's just, I don't know. It's like unless you have a connection to the school, you just never hear a word about this crap once it's over.
Yeah. Also, I feel like ESPN's just fading away so much as like a platform as well, and they never like even cover college basketball that often during the season. I don't even know who the stars are in college basketball anymore. And I know the one guy was a star, and he didn't even play. He would like take himself out of games halfway through.
Oh yeah,
that was the only guy I knew. So it's like, I don't know. What am I even supposed to watch? Who's playing? Who's this? Who's this? Oh, Hurley from Connecticut. He seems kind of cool. I don't know.
Right.
It's a lot to keep up with. Yeah, I'm out on the NCAA tournament.
I feel like right now the only thing that can really save the not save the tournament, but really what the tournament is all about, it's you got to have some crazy memorable finish. Like I look back at past year's NCAA tournament, like what's the moment I'll never forget? I'm thinking like that Villanova UNC national championship, like North Carolina, Marcus Page hits a miracle shot, like double clutch in the air. Villanova goes down, hits a buzzer beater. Like I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And we had a thrilling finish in the Elite Eight. Duke,
was
UConn coming back. I mean, Boozer turning the ball over. Like that's one you'll remember.
Yeah, that was good.
But unless something super distinctive happens, I barely remember anything about the national championship last year. It's like I vaguely remember that Houston kind of blew it, and I felt bad for them. But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's good quality entertainment for this time of year, but I'm not the guys for it. Also, one thing to note, I did go to the NCAA tournament in person in Tampa. This was the round of 64.
Yeah.
It was a long marathon of a day, 4 games. That was a couple Fridays ago.
Wild, man.
I will say, it was one of the more white trash experiences of my life. Like, we live in St. Petersburg. We love it. You go across to Tampa. For a city that's so close, it feels like a whole different world. And I feel like the behavior at some of the sporting events can be wild.
Tell me more.
I feel like you know what's weird? For the first 2 games, I was sitting in the lower bowl. Like, I got myself a nice ticket. And each game had kind of an underdog fan, or had a fan from each team just being completely misbehaving. Like, the first game was Texas A&M versus Akron. There was a rowdy Texas A&M fan. Like, he was just booing all the... Akron has no shot in this. Like, Texas A&M, they have probably 10 times the budget. He's booing all the guys. He's wine drunk. He's, like, yelling weird shit at people. Everyone there was like, dude, shut the hell up. I had no dog in the fight. I wanted Akron to win because of that. Next game, it's Alabama versus Hofstra. There's a group of 4 Long Island guys and moving behind me. They're pulling for Hofstra. One of them I could tell is going to be a problem from the start. So I'm sitting in the middle of the row, so they're walking through. And, it's like someone's sitting down, you're coming through, you're like, hey, excuse me, get up. Instead, they were just like, watch out. From the start, I'm like, don't love it. Don't love it. Not a good vibe. Then they're like taking pictures of themselves in front of the court. I'm like, all right, these guys, weirdos, but not thinking much of it. The game that's going, they must have rolled up hammered. It was one guy in particular. I mean, he put on an awful showing. Like, first of all, he kept making the same jokes over and over again. Like, he was like, oh, Alabama, oh, Nick Saban can't save you anymore. It's like, maybe it was a little funny the first time. It's like, dude, you said that 18 times. Then it got aggressive. He was the only one standing up in the sections. The people behind him were like, hey, dude, can you sit down? He was like turning around, flipping people off.
Yikes.
He was saying heinous shit. But also, there were like full-grown adults near us who were encouraging him. Like, it would be like a dad with a kid coming and be like, hey, dude, that thing where where like that guy told you to sit down and then you told him, like, shut the fuck up, your wife cheats on you. They're like, funniest joke I've heard in my life. Keep up the good work. I'm like, no. Stop telling people. He's flipping people off. The attendants came. They're like, hey, you need to sit in your seat. And also, you need to stop flipping people off. I want him to get kicked out so badly. And he's like, oh, what about that section? I stand up. Like, oh, fuck this is shit. Give me a refund then. I'm like, dude, what the hell? The game ends. I see him he has like a bloody nose getting in a fight with an Alabama fan on the sidewalk.
Oh, shit.
He's pulling out the classic jokes. Like, at least I don't fuck my cousin. It's like, come up with a more original joke.
Yikes.
It was just, I'm like, what the fuck? Oddly enough, sat in the nosebleeds the night games. Everyone was well behaved.
Oh.
So, the opposite of what you'd expect.
Fiscally responsible up there. That's why.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Very tame. It was like, I swear, those Iowa fans just super laid back and classy.
So, were there any good games that you actually saw or no?
I'm not going to lie, the games were kind of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Like, the highlight of it was honestly seeing Florida beat the bag out of this Prairie View. Like, I feel awful. It was the 1 versus 16 matchup. Florida won 110-51. So, I mean, it came close to being the biggest blowout in tournament history.
Wow.
It was just...
Did you see Olivier Roy get in?
Yeah, he did. Which, it was crazy. Like, the roar from the crowd. It's like, oh, my... it's kind of sad. It's like, shouldn't this guy just be a good player?
He's leaving.
He is leaving. Maybe he'll get a chance to play somewhere. It's like, I feel like they were treating him like a Make-A-Wish kid, where it's like, oh, put him in. It's like, wait, he's like 7'9". Like, shouldn't he have some use to get like teammates?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like when Taco Fall was the NBA. I feel like Celtics fans would like give him the same treatment, like put Taco in. It's like as if he was like kind of a joke. It's like, wait, this guy should be good at least in some capacity.
Like
I get he can't.
Tall Rudy.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to chase Steph Curry on the 3-point line, but like he maybe can like catch lobs or something. But yeah, it was crazy. And then Florida loses on Sunday, which was wild.
Fucking crazy.
Because when I was watching, I was like, holy shit. Because all day teams are pretty good. I'm like, wait, this looks like an NBA team. Like every time they shot a three, it looked like it was just NBA guys like in warm-ups. Just like, yeah, it's like, damn, I think that guy just shot 90%. It's like,
would you go again?
no. I'm glad I did it. Glad I've got a bucket list. Also, 4 games in a day is crazy. Maybe I would go to a 2-game block.
I would go to it if it was more meaningful. I don't think I'd want to go to the first round, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I think I agree with all that. If my college ran per se, I'd be fired up. But yeah, good to do once.
Other sports stories, man. I mean, we got the NFL draft coming up. Very excited about that. We'll probably talk about that more in the next episode.
Oh, I got an NFL one I want to bring
what
up.
do you want?
How can I forget? Have you heard anything? I love this one. So recently there was like the NFL coaches breakfast. They get together around this time of year.
Oh,
and
I know what you're going to talk
a lot
about.
of big nothing burger, but
I know what you're going to talk about.
I love this guy. We're talking Browns head coach Todd Monken. He was not featured in the coach's photo because he allegedly was getting a haircut right before the photo and was trying to time it up perfectly. He wanted the freshest cut possible for this coach's photo. They ended up taking it 20 minutes ahead of schedule. He shows up there. He's like, where is everybody? He's got his hands in his pockets. They say, hey Todd, we already wrapped it up. We already took the photo. So it's the NFL coach photo. There are 31 coaches in it. I mean,
damn.
Does it actually matter? No, but it's just the Browns franchise.
For Todd.
It matters for Todd. It's like this. You hope he gets another crack at it. Who knows? Maybe he's one and done. Maybe this is his only shot at being in a coach's photo.
Poor Todd.
I do feel bad for this guy. I feel like he was hired and not a single Browns fan was excited about it.
Everyone hates him.
You had other former NFL players on podcasts saying, yeah, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm going into training camp not listening to anything Todd Monken says because he's never won anything before, which is the worst advice you could ever give young athlete. Like, the coach is probably an idiot, so you should just disregard him.
Are you talking about Emmanuel Sneeze?
Was he the one? Is that someone?
Emmanuel Achu.
Oh, he was the one who said that. Yeah, I remember it was like on another podcast, it was like, what the hell is Jameson Crowder was like, yeah, actually don't do that. That's the dumbest shit ever. You should just listen to the coach. So I'm glad there are some athletes giving good advice. It is just I'm rooting for Todd Monken. He seems like just like he seems like a nice goofy guy. He could be like your dad's friend who like comes over for beers every once in a while.
I mean, what's crazy is his resume is actually fantastic.
He'd been the Ravens OC for a while.
I mean, we had the MVP quarterback. Usually when you have an MVP quarterback, you get a head coaching chance somewhere. So, I don't know, man. Seems kind of odd. But, no, there was another story I thought you were going to bring up. Did you hear the story about fucking Mike Vrabel grabbed Joe Brady's name tag, crumpled it up, and then threw it back on the desk?
I did hear that.
What the fuck, man?
Oh, it sounded like it was like a lighthearted thing.
No, it's fucking Mike Vrabel trying to big dick Joe Brady. Joe Brady is about to go into fucking New England and just absolutely own you guys for the next 30 years. That might have been all playful for Mike Vrabel, but it just shows you the disrespect these Boston people have for the rest of the league. Fuck people from Boston. They are fucking everything up. Mike Vrabel will pay for crumpling up Joe Brady's name tag. Mark my fucking words.
So I was going to save this for close to the NFL season, but a lot of people are going to predict a Bills rebound. Understandably, they made good moves in the offseason. I do think there's a chance that this Joe Brady is a complete clown. The more I look at this guy and hear from him, like, he doesn't seem presidential in the way a coach typically is. Like, this guy seems like the classic coordinator who's way in over his head. I think there's a chance it's a complete dumpster fire. Now, a dumpster fire with Josh Allen, I mean, that might still be 10, 11 wins. Like, last year, it seemed like the sky was falling. You still won 11 games, so it wasn't that bad, but I think this guy might get in the way. I'm not sold out on this Joe Brady. I think that he could really, he could be a roadblock.
No comment. No comment.
All right. We're going to do a new segment. It's presented by Palantir. let's talk some baseball. Okay, let's talk some baseball.
What's the segment? That's the segment. Let's talk some baseball.
Let's talk some baseball. That's the segment. So
by Palantir, which was, by the way, not an easy sponsor to deal with.
No. But we're happy to have them on board.
Oh, we're very happy.
Baseball's back. You know, a lot of times when at the start of any sports season, we go through, we do our predictions. I mean, you thought our NBA, NFL predictions were bad. We're not even going to try to predict fucking baseball because it's impossible to predict. It would be so terrible. But I guess for starters, the talk of town, it's the Dodgers. A lot of people are pissed about them. They go to super team. They won back-to-back. Do the Dodgers three-peat?
No, I think the Dodgers do not three-peat this year. I think you're going to find someone that sneaks into the playoffs and just makes a run. I mean, honestly, if you can get hot into October with some good starting pitching, that really is what matters. And then you get some offense in there as well, obviously. But no, for me, I think the New York Yankees, this is their year.
Yeah, I don't think the Dodgers three-peat. It is – I'm not taking anyone over the field in one of these scenarios. So, yeah, they have the highest chance of winning the World Series. It's – I don't know, some sportsbooks have them at a 28% chance, which is wild.
That's stupid.
That's a phenomenal odds to have. But this current playoff format, it's still hard to make a run, even if you have the undisputed best roster. It's like, especially if you don't get a top 2 seed and you have to play in the wild card round as well, having to play a 3-game series, then a 5-game series, you know, you got to go through 4 series in total, but those 2 short ones, there's a chance you can get knocked off by a lesser team. It's like Dodgers last year, they took care of business quickly against the Reds in a 3-game set, but you could absolutely drop 2 out of 3 to a lesser team. So I don't think this current playoff format is set up for dynasties. A lot of things also in sports, they never last quite as long as we expect. Like, we look at this Dodgers roster right now. So they have Betts, they have Freeman, they have Shohei Ohtani. They added the best free agent of the offseason, Kyle Tucker. It's like when Kevin Durant was with the Golden State Warriors. People were like, no one else is going to win for 10 years. It's like, you know what? In the end, they won 2 championships and they went to 3. It's like these things wrap up quicker than you expect. The windows are never as big. There is a better chance that the Dodgers, with this current group with Ohtani, do not win another World Series than that they win 2 more going forward. Like, it's like baseball fans everywhere, take a chill pill. It's going to be great. Your team has a shot. Don't worry about these crazy Dodgers.
So one thing I'm loving so far in this early MLB season is the ABS replay.
Yeah.
It is revolutionizing the game of baseball. And what we're finding out is umps are very bad. I remember they said like a statistic like, oh, no, umps, according to the ABS in the last 5 years, they've actually been accurate like 94% of the time. Well, 6% of that many pitches is a lot of fucking mistakes. So I love it. I love the time they did the ABS and then the manager was screaming at the umpires about the ABS still. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think that was big. And they originally experimented in the minor leagues and some independent leagues early on. And there were a lot of flaws with the ABS. And players, managers were losing their minds. The umps are like, dude, I don't know. It's like, there's like an earpiece talking to me. Like, I don't really have anything to say over it. They were still flipping out because they hated it. I think the ABS is interesting. Like, the one thing I'm seeing, these hitters all have incredible eyes. Like, I thought when they introduced it, I'm like, there are going to be some funny moments. You look at the NBA, the NFL, the amount of times a player is so sure they're right about a call. They're like, I got fouled. And you look at the replay, it's like, no, dude, you weren't touched. So I was picturing there are going to be pitches right down the middle. The batters, nope, or vice versa. Actually not seeing a ton of that. The hitters in particular, they have crazy good eyes. Like, they're challenging, and they're right by, 0.2 of an inch. Guys it'll be this much. If anything, I'm impressed. It's like, holy shit, you look at baseball players, a lot of times they're out of shape. It's like, they don't need cardiovascular fitness. They're fucking dipping during the game. It's like hard to look at these guys like great athletes. The vision they have is insane.
No,
like, I'm honestly
point.
super impressed. Like, how can you possibly distinguish 1/10 of an inch?
That's a very good point.
So I'm pretty blown away with it. The one thing I am disappointed, I was under the impression that this strike zone box is going to be 3D. Like, because really, the ball just needs to cross the plate at some point. Like, it could clip the front of the plate, it could hit the back of the plate. But it sounds like that technology was too difficult. So they basically just picked a midpoint on home plate. They're using that. So it's basically a flat strike zone over the middle of the plate. But I feel like that's not the spirit of the strike zone, because if you throw, a slider or something that clips the front of the plate, that should be a strike. So I don't necessarily love that. I feel like the technology could be better.
And that's a very good point. That does kind of complicate things. I didn't know the minutia of the rule. That is nuts. I do not like that at all. And to be honest with you, I've always wondered. I remember, obviously ABS first came out with tennis. And I remember watching these games, or these matches. It was like 10 years ago they had this stuff. And it would go, and I'm like, oh, that's in. And then it would go, what? Ooh, and it's out. And I'm sitting there like, how the fuck does this thing know exactly where it is? I don't know if I'm buying the technology behind it, to be honest.
Yeah, because I think I am hearing that the margin for error is, call it 0.2 of an inch. So maybe anything within 0.2 of an inch shouldn't be reversed.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
I do feel bad for the umpires a little bit because, there's that center of the plate thing where, they might call a pitch to strike because it passed the front of the plate. Also, traditionally the strike zone, the bottom of the strike zone is the hitter's knees. It's the top is, somewhere about midway between the belt and the letters. But the way they did it, they measured guys during spring training. They're very methodical about it. They measured guys during spring training in the morning, and the morning part is key because I guess you shrink throughout the day. Like you lose, I don't know, maybe a fraction of an inch for whatever reason. Someone who knows more science can explain why. They measure these guys at spring training about 10:30 in the morning, standing upright, and it is something like 53%, some percentage of like X point up the body to this point. So I feel like depending on how much a guy's crouching in their stance, it's like, I feel like umpires are kind of getting shown up because they're making calls that might not be that dog shit, that aren't kind of falling into the ABS's standards of what a ball or strike is.
Holy shit.
Like crouching
dude.
down a shitload actually will leave you at a disadvantage because they're like, nah, dude, the strike zone is based on how tall you are standing upright. So you don't want to crouch.
No. No, that's not what a strike zone is. That's not how I was taught as an umpire to call strikes. I don't like that at all. I've taken everything I said about the ABS back. Man, that sucks. Yeah, it can't be wrong. It can't be wrong. If you're using that thing as the thing that's right, it can't be wrong.
Yeah, and one more thing I don't like about it is that I do kind of like watching the umpires get yelled at. Like I like when guys kind of, you're not allowed to argue balls and strikes. They'll let you do a little bit before you're rung from the game. But now it's like guys are kind of scared to argue balls and strikes because it's like they're like the ump's like, hey, if you have a problem with it, use your challenge. It's like, well, I don't want to burn challenge now, but like you still fuck with a bad call because
that's pretty. Funny.
It's like, what are you going to challenge like strike one in the second inning and like a 0-0 game? It's like kind of a bad spot to use it. But you're like, I still think that was kind of a shitty call. It's like
that's kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so guys kind of have to bite their tongue. Because it's like, if an ump makes 10 bad calls on you, it's like, what, are you going to challenge every single time? You got to, I don't know. It's
yeah, the ump's like, dude, if you have a problem, like you're more than welcome to challenge.
And we haven't really seen it yet, but you know how spiteful these umps can be. I feel like we're going to see an instance where, a guy, a batter or a pitcher, let's just say a batter in this example, he uses challenge, says, I think that was a ball. Replay shows, nope, that clipped the strike zone. The ump says, you thought I got the call wrong? You tried to show me up? I'm going to expand the strike zone a little bit more on the next pitch. This one is actually out of the zone. What, are you going to use your challenge again? No, I didn't think so. Sit down, fool. Like, it's
human nature, and these umps are definitely spiteful people.
Yeah, they're going to get spiteful about it.
And I definitely think that, yeah, that is fucking crazy, dude. These umps, this opens up a whole new Pandora's box for these umps, too.
Yeah.
Like they can't love this ABS stuff, obviously, but then they'll like it secretly for the stuff you're talking about. They're going to find ways to play games with us for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. Oh, I did think of something good. I think umps should get one overrule of the ABS per game.
That would be hilarious.
They're like, nope, still a strike.
That would be hilarious.
Just one per game.
Or maybe if you give each team like one time where you could be like, no, like they're vetoing the other teams. Yes, because also it's like, I do feel like this can take away kind of like, it can make the ending of games kind of anticlimactic. Because it's like, if you still have a challenge at the end of the game, probably any called third strike to end a game is going to be challenged, even if it probably is a strike. It'll be like strike three, batter's challenging, because it's like, well, the game's over, so what? I'm going to leave a challenge. You can take one right down the middle, but it's like, We got to confirm it first. Kind of annoying thing.
Yeah, we saw our first walk-off one, too, I think, where it was overturned as a strike and then the game was over. But it was like very anticlimactic because it was called a ball. So, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. It's a weird rule. We'll see kind of how it plays out the rest of the season. We will be heading to the Rays game on Tuesday.
That's true. Yeah, Tropicana Field back in action.
It'll be the
second game. We're not going to the opener, but we're going to the second game. They're hosting the Chicago Cubs, so an exciting home opener for the Rays. There'll probably be a ton of Chicago fans in town. I went to the Cubs versus Rays slate with our resident Chicago analyst, Andrew, 2 years ago. There was blue everywhere. I'm talking like light blue, Cubs blue, not Tampa fans. I'm thinking we'll have a lot of Chicago fans in the building.
All you could drink, $70, all you can eat. This is going to be wild.
Yeah, it's, the Rays have had trouble drawing for a long time. We talked about the Cardinals doing a similar thing, like an all-you-can-eat ticket, and you don't actually eat the ticket. We had to clarify that. This is a great move for the Rays. It's like, a lot of times the tickets are cheap, but you burn so much money on the booze. It's like, do we actually want to watch the starless Tampa Bay Rays roster? Not that much. But you know what? I would love to be at the game, just chowing down and throwing back as many brews as I would like.
That's all that matters.
I like when there's not a limit on it.
That's all that matters. We need to think about probably doing some content during the Rays while they're still in St. Pete. So I don't know if that means tailgating or what. Maybe we'll let this game just play out and enjoy it. But, man, in the future, maybe we should go to opening day.
Yeah, so that is.
Oh, but it's at like 4 o'clock.
It's on 4:10 on a Monday. We could probably do some man on the street type thing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Andy, I don't think you should be leaving work early at all. I don't think that's smart.
No, I would never.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to clarify that.
Luckily, no one I work with knows that I do anything, let alone have a podcast. So,
okay, there you go.
So it's fine. But, yeah, I think there's some potential for some man on the street action.
That's awesome. I'm totally down for that.
No, it's great. But I think, on the whole, I'm pretty excited that baseball is back. Like, I just think this time of year, it's, to me, it's just kind of cathartic to every night be able to just turn the TV on and just have your guys playing. It's like a lot of people are going to say 162 is a slog. Like, each game doesn't really mean much. And kind of to me, watching regular season baseball, it's like drunk FaceTiming your homies. Like, is it that meaningful or important? I guess technically not, but sometimes you want to just check in your guys. Like, it just makes you happy to see that they're doing well. And that's kind of what I think with baseball.
That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, man, listen, man, I grew up on the Yes Network. I used to watch every single Yankees game all day, every day. It was amazing. The best announcers in the game, an entire network dedicated to the best sports franchise of all time. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think the Rays need to get some fans this year. I know that. Or else we're going to lose them here in St. Pete. Apparently, they just filed their first permit down in Hillsborough for their new stadium.
Yeah.
Not liking that.
It's tough. It's early, long season. You never know what's going to happen. But Rays widely expected to finish in last place in the American League East.
Great.
Although at the time that this is being filmed, the Red Sox were 6 games in the season, were 5 games back of, or were 4 games back of first place, at least, which is very impressive. They were 1-5 prior to winning their home opener on Friday.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. We got a lot more to talk about. We're not going to wait 5 to 10 weeks before the next podcast. Not anymore. We're back. Little hiatus. Needed it after the Super Bowl push there. And then there was like just no sports. And we were just we were just fucking throwing hot dogs down the hallway on a couple of those episodes because there was just nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
But expect this from the podcast, okay? More Trump, more sports, more opinions, better talk, and continued hilariousness. I think that's what you can expect. And if you stayed this entire time, which clearly no one has, thank you. I mean that from the bottom of our hearts. We're not trying to get sponsors anymore. We're just trying to grow the audience at this point. The sponsors will come naturally. So even though Palantir sponsored this episode, they have decided to end the partnership because Andy drunkenly emailed them and told them that the CEO looked like a fucking loser, which wasn't great considering they were giving us a lot of money.
Yeah, it's tough. But you know what made us great is that we just kind of speak our unfiltered thoughts and opinions. Like, we just let it rip. And, Yeah, at this point, the only thing we care about is just being funny. Like, we're not in it for a sponsorship. And you know what? If you want a show to tell you about Oklahoma City's perimeter defense, this is probably not going to be the show.
No.
Okay? But, we're just going to say funny shit loosely based on sports. We love the games, love to watch it. And, yeah, hopefully we can be good background noise for you while you're stuck in traffic or taking a shit.
Also, so made the April Fool's post saying that we got signed by FanDuel for $50 million for 5 years. And they will believe anything we say, Andy.
Yeah,
I got
absolutely.
multiple text messages from people that are close to me congratulating me. I mean, like, multiple text messages from people who I thought were relatively smart people. They were like, one of them literally said, I don't know what it exactly means, but congratulations, that looks awesome. Well, no shit, it looks awesome. If I'm involved with anything that has anything to do with $50 million behind me standing like this, then of course it's fucking awesome. But also, the fact that you also just can't, let's assume you thought it was real. Like, did you maybe want to think about it before you sent the text? Like, hey, no idea what it means, but congratulations. Well, I mean, it literally says in the fucking Instagram post what it was, and it was all fake. But it says in there, we have signed an agreement with FanDuel to be the exclusive partner for Lawn Chair Sports. And he's like, yeah, I have no idea what those English words mean, but dude, congratulations or something. But yeah, multiple people asked, multiple people congratulated us. A lot of fans reached out as well on the DMs and congratulated us. So for all they know, we are actually sponsored by FanDuel.
Yeah, we kind of sometimes they say hey, don't put the banner up too soon. It's like, no, we're trying to speak it into existence. We're just we're planning the celebration before we've.
I mean, we have spoken it into existence before.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're kind of putting feelers out there,
Yeah, and we'll see what happens.
This year it's a joke. Down the road, I mean, it could be very, very serious. FanDuel might be looking back at that number someday and looking like, wow, that would have been a bargain. We should have. Yeah, we should have locked them up.
All right, we'll offer you $50 million. We're like, ooh, not anymore.
No.
We're actually worth so much money now. It's insane.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We have talked our asses off about the Austin trip, and it took out all the content of this episode, but it needed to get out.
Yeah.
Just more like cathartic on our end, really, than anything, because it was a crazy trip. And just looking back on it, doesn't even feel real that it actually happened.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was hilarious as always, and I just wanted someone to listen to me about these these wild Austin stories. I feel I would have felt bad doing it to someone in person. 45 minutes is a long run. So just saying it into...
Put it on 2 times. It'll be 15 minutes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Saying it into these microphones in this empty room felt a lot better.
No, that's great. Well, hey, listen, Friday night in St. Pete, we're going to probably go drink again, even though we said we're not drinking ever again. So Thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. That was hilarious.